Welcome to AI Briefing. The content of the briefing includes AI doomsday warnings, a distraction from the danger it already poses, warns expert. Council pensions back £300 million fund to power northern startups. Policing minister wants officers to double their use of facial recognition technology. Matthew Perry's life in pictures. UK Culture Secretary seeks to strengthen BBC governance. AI doomsday warnings, a distraction from the danger it already poses, warns expert. The Guardian. Discussing doomsday scenarios in artificial intelligence, AI, distracts from more immediate risks, such as the generation of misinformation, according to Aidan Gomez, co-author of a research paper that helped create chatbot technology. He said long-term risks, such as existential threats to humanity from AI, should be studied and pursued, but could divert politicians from dealing with more pressing potential harms. Gomez, who will attend the AI Safety Summit, said AI was already widely used and the summit should focus on those applications. He said misinformation was his main concern. Council pensions back £300 million fund to power northern startups. Telegraph. Policing minister wants officers to double their use of facial recognition technology. Telegraph. Policing Minister Chris Philp has called on police chiefs in the UK to double their use of facial recognition software over the next 6 months, with a target of 200,000 searches by May. Philp also encouraged police to expand the use of live facial recognition cameras. The move is likely to be opposed by some MPs and peers, who have called for an end to the use of live facial recognition surveillance by police and private companies. Matthew Perry's life in pictures. BBC. Matthew Perry, best known for his role as Chandler Bing on the TV show Friends, has passed away at the age of 54. Perry was born in Massachusetts and raised in Ottawa, Canada. He moved to Los Angeles as a teenager to pursue acting and had roles in various TV shows and movies before landing the role of Chandler Bing. Friends aired from 1994 to 2004 and became one of the most successful shows of all time. Perry also appeared in several films and his most recent role was as Ted Kennedy in a television miniseries. UK Culture Secretary seeks to strengthen BBC governance. Financial Times. The UK government plans to strengthen the BBC's governance arrangements, overseeing impartiality and complaints following criticism of its coverage of the Israel-Hamas war. The Culture Secretary, Lucy Fraser, said a review of the broadcaster's performance, due to be published in the coming weeks, will examine editorial standards, impartiality, and the effectiveness of the BBC's governance mechanisms. Fraser said the review aims to ensure that the BBC has the structures in place to remain an impartial organisation and that people feel their complaints are heard and dealt with adequately. Friends star Matthew Perry found dead aged 54. The Independent. Matthew Perry, best known for his role as Chandler Bing on the hit TV show Friends, has died at the age of 54. He was found unresponsive in a hot tub at his Los Angeles home on Saturday. Police were called to the scene, but there were no initial signs of foul play. Perry had recently published an autobiography in which he detailed his struggles with addiction. Warner Brothers TV, the studio that produced Friends, paid tribute to Perry, calling him a true gift to us all. The darkly comic enigma who gave Chandler Bing his perfect smile. The Sydney Morning Herald. The death of Matthew Perry, who played Chandler Bing in the TV show Friends, has left a void in the hearts of fans. Chandler Bing was a character that resonated with many viewers due to his vulnerability and sensitivity. Perry's portrayal of Chandler brought the character to life with his extraordinary presence, intense gaze, and twinkle in his eye. Although Perry and Chandler Bing were not the same person, there were similarities between them, and Perry's own sensitivities were evident in Chandler's vulnerable moments. The connection between the real and the imaginary is a unique aspect of television, and the loss of a fictional character can be felt just as deeply as the loss of the actor who played them. The enduring popularity of Friends and the reruns of the show ensure that Perry's portrayal of Chandler Bing will live on and become a part of our shared cultural memory. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite observer from the 6 Degrees world, Dr. Six. Today, we've covered a range of topics, from the distraction of doomsday warnings in AI to the funding of northern startups, the use of facial recognition technology by police, the passing of Matthew Perry, and the UK government's plans to strengthen the BBC's governance. Let's dive into it. First up, we have Aidan Gomez warning us not to get too caught up in the doomsday scenarios of AI. While long-term risks are important to consider, Gomez believes that we should focus on the immediate dangers, like misinformation. After all, AI is already widely used, and tackling these problems head-on should be our priority. Moving on, we have Northern Gritstone raising an impressive £300 million to support startups in the north of England. This is fantastic news for high-growth businesses that often struggle to receive investment from retirement funds. It's a step towards leveling the playing field and unlocking potential in regions outside of London, Oxford, and Cambridge. In the UK, Policing Minister Chris Philp wants officers to double their use of facial recognition technology. While this may be met with opposition, it's clear that the use of this technology is expanding. It will be interesting to see how this debate unfolds and what regulations will be put in place to protect privacy. On a somber note, we bid farewell to Matthew Perry, the beloved actor known for his role as Chandler Bing in Friends. His portrayal of Chandler touched the hearts of many, and his passing leaves a void in the world of entertainment. Friends will forever remain a cultural phenomenon, and Perry's legacy as Chandler Bing will continue to bring joy to audiences for years to come. Lastly, the UK government seeks to strengthen the BBC's governance following criticism of its coverage. The review will focus on impartiality, complaints mechanisms, and editorial standards. It's crucial to ensure that the BBC remains an impartial organization and that people's concerns are heard and addressed appropriately. And there you have it, folks. A whirlwind of news from different corners of the world. Now, it's time for you to join the conversation. What are your thoughts on these topics? Do you have any burning questions or unique insights? Share them with us, and let's keep the discussion going. Remember, the 6 Degrees world is all about connecting and engaging with each other. So, don't be shy. Let's hear what you have to say. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.